Mr. Throwback comes out here shortly on Peacock. What's the premise for this upcoming series?
This show is about Adam Pally, who is a down on his luck memorabilia salesman who went to school with Steph Curry, and obviously they grew up and had very different lives. Adam is a sort of a loser, and Steph is Steph Curry, and now they're thrust back into each other's lives. That's about the extent of what I know.
Well, you're here as Stavros in this. How was he originally described to you?
No one described him to me at all.
Oh,
Um, but I think I kind of deduced that he was a loser and sort of a schlubby guy that worked for Adam, and that was enough to get me
get you on
excited.
board.
Yeah, I
You're like,
love Adam, and yeah, it's such a funny role.
I think you just touched on it, but was there something really about Stavros that made you want to be a part of the show or this character? Or was there something you added to him since you didn't get a breakdown for him?
Um, I think I wanted the role so I could acquire money. That was probably the first thing. But any workplace-ish comedy that you can be a funny character in a shop like is pretty dreamy for any actor who likes the comedic arts, I would say.
Well, we talked about Adam Pally being a part of this, and your fellow comedic actor Ego Wodum is a part of this as well. Talk about working with these two talents.
The cast is crazy from top to bottom. Adam, Ego, Blair, everyone is so good and so funny. I was just, felt really lucky to be a part of it, and I think everybody crushes, and people are gonna really like it.
The show looks super funny. Was there much room to improvise in these scenes?
Yeah, I mean, the scripts were great. That whole crew behind Happy Endings are geniuses, Casp and the Lehman brothers. But tons of improv, and David Wayne, who's a genius. Yeah, they kind of let me do my thing, which is always exciting, and then rein me back in when it was needed.
What are some of your most memorable moments from filming this series? Or maybe if you can't talk about that, at least some episodes you'd like fans to keep an eye out for.
Well, I'm a Chicago guy, so the fact that it was filmed in Chicago or part of it was awesome. So I'm excited for people to see not a show in New York and Los Angeles. As far as episodes, I think, every episode is strong. I think it's six, so it's gonna be a quick binge for people, and I think uh they're gonna love it.
Steph Curry is an iconic basketball player. How does he hang when it comes to being a part of a comedic series?
Well, I didn't work with Stefan. I did not work with Mr. Curry, hopefully next season, but everybody said he was amazing, which is, I guess, not surprising when he's good at a million other things. But the fact that, him and his company's great and they produce like a cool comedy series is unbelievable. I think especially at a time where comedy is a little rocky, um, for him to come in and collaborate with Casp and the gang is awesome. And I hope his fans show up for him like they do when he plays basketball. Although basketball, obviously, maybe a bit more exciting than this,
No,
but
no, we're
this
not.
is a close second.
That's right. If you love him on the court, join him for his comedy.
Yes.
What were some people who maybe had more difficult time keeping it together when you have all this hilarious dialogue.
I don't really remember anyone breaking like for it to be a problem, at least in my scenes. But yeah, I would say this was like a pretty professional group, like a heavy improv background. And when you have people with a heavy improv background, you're sort of like, for the most part, expecting the unexpected. So
You're hard to break at that point.
yeah,
You're
and you
trained not
really,
to break.
yeah, it's like fun for bloopers and it's fun for like camaraderie, I guess. But if somebody says something funny, you want to do your best to keep the take alive for them to use it in the editing room. So at least personally, I try not to break.
You have a great gift for comedy. Is it something that's always come naturally to you, or have you worked at it over the years?
I think I don't know if anybody really learns to become funny. I think you kind of have it or you don't. And then if you pursue it, you either pursue it until you succeed or you just bail. Both are great options. I don't think there's a bad one. But I started at Second City pretty young, and I think that set me up for at least taking the silly business seriously and understanding, what the end goal was. And I watch a lot of stuff. I mean, I watch everything from the Marx Brothers to new stuff.
I mean, Mel Brooks, it's like one package of giant, tiny, but mighty.
And
Like,
he's still working.
the man is never going to die if we have anything to say with it. He's working
Hopefully
on
not.
Spaceballs right now with Josh Gad at this point.
Unbelievable.
Could you have
Unbelievable.
said that in your lifetime? Like, you would think that Mel Brooks is still working on Spaceballs at a time like this.
No, I think it's the coolest thing in the world. I think that's anybody's goal should be to work until, you can't. And it's unbelievable.
What do you think it is about Mr. Throwback that's just going to make it a fast, hilarious comedy?
Well, the writing is great. I think it starts with the writing. And, as I said, I couldn't say more positive things about the creators, the brothers, Casp, David Wayne. I mean, that in and of itself kind of sets you up for success. Adam and the whole cast is unbelievable. And I think it's a sort of unique take on a mockumentary with it being a doc within a mock. Um, and so, it's hard to pull off. Um, but I think they did it. As far as I know, I haven't seen anything, but my guess is it's a winner.
All right. Well, what are the other projects you've been busy working on?
Um, a lot of writing stuff. I've got an animated show in development that's I'm excited about, and then me and my buddy, the great Paul Walter Hauser, are taking an old script out. So yeah, I think when I'm not acting, the goal is to just be working on projects, so you're not losing your mind.
Oh my goodness. He's just on fire these days as well. I don't think there's a project anymore that doesn't involve him, maybe at this
He is
point.
surely,
Everywhere, but he deserves all these accolades.
yes, yes, he does. He's great.
What would you like to say then to everyone who are fans and supporters of the wonderful work you've done on our screen?
Um, wow. Uh, Thank you. And watch Mr. Throwback August 8th. I don't know what time on Peacock. Maybe switch from the Olympics and give it a go. I'm excited for the show. I think it's going to be great.
It's streaming, so you can watch it any time of day, starting probably at midnight.
Correct. Yes.
But yes, if you need a palate cleanser from the Olympics, I would definitely watch Mr. Throwback. It looks super funny. You have this insane gift for comedy, so I think that's just going to add it one more layer up
Thank
for the
you.
wonderful series that it's going to be.
That's very kind. I appreciate it.